Hi everyone, this is the Billiards Doctor here. Today I want to talk to you guys about bank shots. So bank shots are, the fancy shot that everyone's always really impressed with. The shots that the crowd always goes, ooh. So when you want to make a bank shot here, an 8-ball, you're going to hit it and it's going to bank off the rail and it's going to come in the pocket here. So there are actually a lot of tips for doing bank shots. It's not as easy as you think it is. Like most people think, oh, it's angle in equals angle out. It's different than that. It's harder than you think. So I'm gonna give you some tips that I figured out from watching videos and from just playing pool for a long time that really helped me get bank shots. And a lot of it's gonna depend on the table and the feel of the table. So when you get to a pool hall and you're playing in a tournament, practice on the tables, get used to how the rails react to the ball and how the banks are gonna work for you. But the general key is that, as I explained in the kicking video, the harder you hit a ball into a rail, the more flatter it's going to go. So if you ever miss a bank shot like this, my guess is you're going to hit this short. You're going to hit here. It's going to hit the rail and going to come flat back here. So you're going to hit it, and it's going to go here. That's pretty common. And that's because you hit it so hard that what happens is the object ball goes into the rail and it gets kind of pushed in, and the way that the physics is that basically when you get pushed in, it's kind of like a trampoline where the forces are going to be equal on the left and right. The harder you hit it, the deeper it's going to go, and then when it comes out, it gets shot straight out. Just like when you jump on a trampoline, you're going to jump up most of the time, not sideways. When you go here, it's going to go this way. So what you want to do is you want to use a little bit of outside English to help push it into the opposite side pocket. So what you do on this shot is I would use outside English, I would use right English on this shot. And what happens is the right English is actually going to hit the 8-ball and it's going to induce a little bit of left English on the 8-ball. So what happens is a little bit of left English on the 8-ball allows the 8-ball to put a little bit of left, so therefore when it comes out more left. So if we have this ball here and I'm trying to bank it, I will almost always put top right or lower right on this ball to have it come in the side pocket. Like that. And that's not an easy shot to do, but if you can figure out how much outside English you need to use, then you can make it work. So that's, for me, that's the biggest thing, because I think the most common bank shots that you're going to get are going to be these kind of back cut bank shots, where the cue ball is here and the 8-ball is either going here. So you need to hit on the right side of the 8, have the 8 go to the left, hit the rail, and come in here. Because the easy bank that people hope to get is like this type of a bank shot, right? Where you're perfectly aligned, right, with this. You're going to go into the rail and come out. That's also possible. It doesn't come up as much. And for this, we use the diamond system, which I talked about earlier. So let's say we do the diamond system on this, and let's say we're 1 diamond over. So we're half a diamond here, half a diamond here. So let's say the 8-ball's here and the cue ball's here. I should be able to hit half a diamond over, so right about here, and should be able to go here with no spin at all. I should be able to hit here, and it works. So obviously that's an easy spin shot to do. On that spin shot, you wouldn't need to use outside English or inside English. You can literally just use geometry. But in the case where you're doing a back cut, right, where you're trying to hit that 8-ball and try to cut it back this way, that's where outside English would be very, very helpful to use. And to be honest, that's the shot that comes up more in pool, is that back cut bank shot. Another shot that's really helpful in banking of the balls, if you do have this, it's a little bit rarer, but if you are, should we see how am I going to do this? So here is opposite bank, and this is there we go, like this. This is a really hard bank shot, but it's makeable. And in this bank shot, you can see if I hit it the way I hit it, the cue ball is going to double tap with the 8-ball. Cue ball's going to hit the 8, the 8's going to hit the cue ball, and it's not going to go in the side pocket here. So what you can do is you can use inside English to induce right spin. So if I do left spin on this, inside English on the 8-ball, it'll put right spin on the 8, which will hold it to go in here. And what that lets me do is it lets me hit further to the side of the 8-ball and let the 8-ball still come at the right angle to come in here. So this would be a shot where I can't hit the 8-ball full, because if I hit the 8-ball full, then the cue ball is going to double tap it. So I need to hit to the side of the 8-ball. But if I hit to the side of the 8-ball, right, if I hit right here, right, it's going to go down here, right? If I hit to the side of the 8-ball, it's going to come to the right, right? I wasn't able to hold it, right? So what you need to do is you need to hit with a little bit of inside English, right? And it comes in. So you see that? That inside English allowed the angle in to be flatter than the angle out to be flatter. So what happened is that the object ball hit the rail, and instead of going this way like it should have, it actually came this way, because the left English on the cue ball induced right English on the object ball, and the right English on the object ball hit the rail and spun to the right. So it's going to come flatter. So those are really interesting things to keep in mind when you're doing bank shots. Obviously there's a lot of geometry involved also, like angle in equals angle out. But for me, if I ever have a bank shot, I like to do a little outside English. Like that's my personal thing, is when I have a bank shot, angle in equals angle out is tricky, because like I said, the harder you hit the ball into the rail, the more flatter it's going to come, based on that principle where it comes in, it absorbs it, and it shoots flat. So in order to kind of cancel that out, you do a little bit of outside English on the object ball, which is going to let which is on the cue ball rather, which is going to let the object ball hit the rail and kind of spin out. So it's going to keep in that same trajectory that you want it to go, even though it's hitting the rail pretty hard. Because let's be honest, it's really hard to do a soft bank shot, especially on a 9-foot table. Doing a soft bank shot is really difficult because it may not even make it to the side pocket. So that's bank shots. It's pretty cool. I recommend trying it out. It's really fun, and honestly, it's a really impressive shot to do, and it's a really handy shot too. If you've ever had time where you're like trying to make the 8-ball and it's tied up here, you may have to go for a bank. And knowing the little tips and tricks of doing those bank shots, a little bit of spin, can really help improve your game. Thanks for watching. This is the Billiards Doctor. Stay tuned for more videos.